Hi, pup. Hi. 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 We gotta go live. So you need to stop. You need to stop attacking Dad. Stop attacking Dad.
No living being should ever eat processed food for every single meal in their life.
Oh, hush.
Good.
Hi, pup. Hi. 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 Yeah, we seem fine. How's everybody doing? This is a little impromptu, as you may have noticed. There was no days-long lead-up. I was going to host a new player tournament today, then we didn't get enough sign-ups, so I was kind of reading the room, and I didn't post the stream early because I wasn't sure if it was going to happen. And indeed, we didn't get enough people, so I did have to cancel it. We did have to cancel it. And then another event I've been running for a couple weeks was almost done, so I poked those players and I said, hey, any chance you guys can finish this up today so I can stream it before I leave, so I can make an announcement, which is what we're doing right now. I'll explain the event in a second. We're still just letting some people gather. Look at my horse, it's fucking amazing. It's true. All right, today we're gonna stream. Then I'm leaving the state. I know, again. Haven't you gone on like 4 trips in 2 months? You're always leaving us. I know. But this is the last one for the whole year. All right. I'll be around for the rest of October, then all of November and all of December until Christmas. I will be around. We do have some big plans for streams coming up, but these last couple months have just been fucking crazy. So appreciate your patience, and I did want to get at least one stream out this week. 1, so that the algorithm doesn't forget my channel exists, and 2, so I could tell you that in case, you know, if I didn't, then it'd be like, wow, 10 days since the last stream. Where the fuck did he go? All right, let's go. There are 2 more months? There are 2 more months, yeah, but I don't have any trips in those. These are trips we know were coming for a long time. I knew my August and October were going to be absolutely bonkers. So what are we doing today? It is the Faction Face-Off. If you have not been around the channel, this is zoomed in. How do I unzoom? How do I unzoom? 1 second. Restore default. That's not the default. That's not the whole screen at all. I know why this was zoomed in. I just don't remember. It's zoomed in for the Faction Face-Off. I'm just trying to remember how to unzoom it in. There it is. There's the crop. Okay. Boop, 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 boop. Alright. And now I just have to fit it to screen. There we go. Photoshop's back, not zoomed in anymore. Sorry about the mild delay there. Just got back from Seattle. It was a great time. Good, Atotsky. Good. Good. So, we have the Faction Face-Off. If you've not been around the channel for very long, this is an event we've been running for a long time. Every so often I will resurrect it because I find it very, very fun. It is a more chill format. Usually people bring some silly builds and some silly stuff. It is invite only. I invite 6 people to play on each team. The teams are thematic, and then I give them a lord within that team, and there's a special rule that if you do not take a legendary lord, you must name your generic lord, so we have someone to latch onto. I also, if a faction is super popular in the meta at the time of the event, I usually ask, like, behind the scenes. If we did Tzeentch, for example, I would ask, hey, can you guys not pick Kairos? That would be great. The only thing you know about your army is the lord. Anything else, you can take whatever you want, but in every game, I will be taking a Master Assassin. Every game, Rless will take Morgue of the Shadowgaves, etc. So, the defending champions were the Undead. If you do remember the last Faction Face-Off, the Undead, the Legions of Nagash, challenged the Chaos Wastes, and they did prevail. They stopped the tide of chaos. But that left the rule of Undead to beset the old world, and that's not great. Eventually, there will be people who rise up against Nagash, and that is the Underdwellers. Basically, the theme of the left-hand team is anybody who can use the underway stance. So Skaven, Beastmen, Chaos Dwarves, regular Dwarves, and then the Wood Elves have that, like, World Root system. So is anybody that can use underway stance in campaign, right? So on the defending team, we have the Vampire Coast, represented by Patrick with Roberta Zombie, Fleet Admiral with Pistol, and then Seos on Count Noctilus. We have Tomb Kings players in Rainy Frog on Cetra the Imperishable, and Sabrus Regnum, he changed his name to Gotrek Starbreaker, but used to be Sabrus Regnum, on DJ Kotep, and then Salinator and Longshanks on Manfred von Karstein and Biscuit, the Blood Dragon Lord. Challenging them are myself with Shins, the Master Assassin. Shins is the name of my first D&D character. He was a rat assassin. His name was Shins, so now I'm playing my little guy. Rless with Morgar the Shadowgave. Trader GG with Zatan the Black. Complex Slayer with Grombrindle, the White Dwarf. Cyrus with Angus, who was a Doomble. And Bwags with Soj King. Soja King? Don't know. With the Glade Lord. Alright. How the event will go is, let's say I play Patrick and I am defeated, and then my team wipes the enemy after that. The event is not over, because then Patrick could fight Rless and beat him, and could fight Complex Slayer, beat him, could fight Cyrus and beat him, and then maybe Trader GG knocks out Patrick, and then the event's over, and this team would have won because they still had people alive. Enough introduction, enough stalling. Let's see if we have enough people here now. Alright. We got enough people. Let's go. Stabbed him Shins? Yeah. His name used to be Shiny Touch Stabby, but everyone just called me Shins, so I just stuck with it. Anyway. All the games are already completed, so we'll just be casting them throughout, and we'll start from the top with Human Boy versus Patrick, Shins versus Roberta Zombie, which it used to be Rob Zombie, when he was the pole arms caster, but for this event he switched to the pistol, so we needed a female name. Alright. Master Assassin is the only thing meme I brought about this build. Otherwise, this is largely my competitive Vampire Coast Skaven build. So we have a front line of clan rats. They'll beat any of the zombies in melee. They'll be just fine. We have quadruple Jezzails, 2 Skaven Slave Slingers, and then a bunch of Rat Ogres and Dogs to protect my Jezzails. Then we have the Master Assassin with the Sacred Banner of the Horned Rat, -8 leadership to get those undead crumbling. Rival High Talisman for -40 melee attack. And then a Warlock Engineer with just his Mortis Engine and his Flensing Ruin. On the other side for Sipa / Patrick, we have a whole bunch of Fell Bats, looks like 3 of them for some disruption. 1 Handgun Bat, a Morngul Haunter, a Morngul Frontline, including the Night Terrors, and then a bunch of regular deckhand mobs, pistol mobs, etc. We do have the Lamper's Revenge, and a Vampire Fleet Admiral of the Deeps with Kraken's Pull and Fog of the Damned. First of the Fellbats is in. My dogs immediately pounce on them, are going to push them back. The Jezzails are trying to punish the Lamper's Revenge. After I see this army, the Morgul's were stalked, so the only mass I could see was the Lamper's Revenge, and I immediately just tried to take care of them, because in melee they can be really tough to deal with if you don't have halberds like I don't. My Master Assassin is in under the Morgul Haunter, and he gets knocked way the fuck away while he was charging the Morgul Haunter because reasons. But we take out another Fellbat. The Handgun Bat is almost dead. And I don't see the 3rd Fellbat, so it looks like we've killed all the flyers. Certainly a good start for the Skaven. What up, Fat Kid at Recess? How you doing? Shins is still stabbing the Morgul Haunter. I am going to bring over some Rat Ogres to offer support. Warlock Engineer is going to go Flensing Ruin this guy. He is on foot, and he's not a vampire caster, so it'll be hard for him to resist the damage there. And then the Night Terrors are just tearing through me. My dogs are terror routing away from them and stuff, so Rat Ogres will have to hold them in place for now. Lamper's Revenge are stuck in a bunch of Clan Rats and Rat Ogres, but they're still doing okay. And some of my dogs, some of my Clan Rats do go and stop these pistol mobs from firing in freely. Things are getting a little concerning, though. These Morghuls stalked straight up to my front lines and busted through them. Now my Jezzails are stuck in melee combat with them. Slinger's trying to hold them off while these guys fire at point-blank range, because I knew I couldn't fall back, so I thought I'd just get what damage out I can while I can. Morghuls and zombies pushing through onto my other Warplock Jezzails. Things get a little scary. I'm ahead on the balance of power, but as you all know from watching Skaven games around this channel, it always starts great for the Skaven. It's if it keeps going great is the big problem. But Shins is bodying this Morgul Haunter. Sure, I might have my... God damn it, he sent me flying again, motherfucker! Anyway, I have my boys backing me up, the Rat Ogres, but Shins is still kicking his ass. Let's go. Jezzail, some of them are retreating, other ones are just rallying and firing. I am firing in these zombies' faces because, again, I could outrun them, but I need my DPS right now to kill off these Morghuls and rally my dogs and that kind of thing, so I just assessed it was worth it. That Morgul Haunter is fading away. Warlock Engineers joined the fight against the Lamper's Revenge, who are healthier now than when we last looked at them, which is why I tried to shoot them on the way in. Lamper's Revenge love meleeing with Skaven. Skaven have such a hard time taking them out unless you bring Stormvermin with halberds. Bounce power is very Skaven favored. The Morgul Haunter is dead. Basic Morghuls, most of them are dead. There's just one left on the battlefield, I believe. Even the Night Terrors are gone. No, the Night Terrors are over there with a whopping 500 HP. Rat Ogres will be used now as cavalry to knock all these zombies away and buy my Jezzails some time, which are falling back. Master Assassin is out here distracting some pistol mobs. And the Vampire Fleet Admiral of Deep is trying to snipe out my Warlock Engineer, who is busy draining the Lamper's Revenge, trying to use his Mortis of Engine effect to my benefit. I have Rat Ogres and Dogs rallying in the distance, but they're all so low that they're really not going to be that effective versus the Undead. The base fear of Undead is brutal for dogs once they get below a certain HP limit. Warlock Engineer looks like he's about to fade away, but he does throw out a Flensing Ruin. Does he get it before he routes? Yes. Not Overcast, but he just panicked threw one out because there he goes. He routes anyway, but it's nice to get that damage on the enemy lord. Night Terrors are going to fade away of their own volition. Jezzails have been secured, and Master Assassin is rallying some dogs. With his leadership aura, he should be able to keep them in the fight for a little bit. We have a healthy-ish Morgul off in the distance, but other than that, the coasts are just out of gas, it looks like. Lamper's Revenge, healing cap is within sight. But with the Fog of the Damned, he pushed a lot of shit off, because that -8 leadership is pretty brutal. And -24 melee attack means you're going to probably lose in melee combat, which is even worse for your leadership. Jezzails, anywhere they can be found, are offering their meager fire to try and kill off the Lamper's Revenge. Just get rid of those guys. Shin sets his sights on the enemy, pops concealment bombs where it looks like he just farted in my face, but he's out there running. Dun-dun. Dun-dun. Da-da, 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 da-da. Da-da-da-da-da-da. 54 speed to 34. Andy's chucking shurikens at her back. She still doesn't even see him right now. That's how sneaky he is. Now he gets spotted, but Army losses hits. And she dies out of sheer fear from him. Why is it so freaking cold today? I don't know. Depends on where you live. What the fuck? Okay, I don't know why it skipped that last screen, but mild spoilers if you memorized that spot, so okay. I guess we don't get to see the end game screen. I don't know why. That's been happening more recently, but I didn't click anything. Let's go to the Photoshop real quick. Boop. So Patrick is eliminated. He took a for fun build. I took a sweaty try-hard build. He yelled at me. I felt bad. There was a lot of crying involved. Shit happens, man. Shit happens. Alright, what am I looking for now? Rless versus Rainy Frog. That is it. I did, as per usual with my replay events, I tried to cultivate as many winner-loser replays as possible to keep you in suspense, so don't always assume that the left-hand side is going to win. Just an FYI. I have a student waiting. Do you have my like emoji? Cheers. Thanks. Moi shinde. I can't do it, but I tried my best way. This game was really fun. Good, Rless, good. Alrighty, Tomb Kings versus Beastmen. I am going to put slow motion because it looks like this is going to get kicked off pretty quickly. 5 Skeleton Spearmen for the front line of Rainy Frog. And then 3 Tomb Guards with Halberds, Chosen of the Gods with Sharpie Great Bow, a Tomb Scorpion, the Sphinx of Usef, Cetra the Imperishable on horseback, and the Eyes of the Desert Sparkle Stalker. On the other side, Morgar the Shadowgave leading the Butchers of Kalkengard, a whole bunch of Ungor Spears, 3 Razorgore Hers, a Feral Manticore, a Jabberscythe, a Bracium of Death with only Spirit Leech on his chariot, 2 Ungor Raiders, and then 3 more Ungor Herds with axes in the back. No Centigores of any variety. Very interesting to see in a Beastman build. Chosen Gods immediately tee off onto the Butchers of Kalkengard with their shields and with their regeneration. They'll be okay, but it's still a good target to start whittling down. Much like the Lamprey's Revenge of last game, they're probably going to get close to their heal cap, so any damage is good. Sporkle Stalkers were sneaky, so the Razorgores didn't mean to find them, but now that they did, I wouldn't be shocked if the Razorgores jumped onto those guys and did some good damage to them. Feral Manticore's out and about. I think he's just trying to find a nice little home for himself. And the Sphinx of Usef goes in. He's ready to fuck up a Jabberscythe, which he will. I mean, he's an anti-large duelist, and the Jabberscythe is more about clearing tons of infantry. Up on the high ground, the Razorgore Herds are attacking the Eyes of the Desert. But our Sphinx friend, he is a little exposed. Now he's surrounded by the Butchers and getting shot by Ungor Raiders, so that's not great. But for now, he's living his best life because he is fighting all large targets. And Cetra's nearby to give him some buffs and heal him a bit. First of Morgar's Chaos Spawn summons is out, though. Rless really wants that Sphinx to fucking die. I guess I get that. Chosen Gods under attack by Feral Manticore. Tomb Guard are walking over to try and help with that. And the Razorgore Herds did not have a good time versus Sporkle Stalkers. It looks like because of the Halberd support, but I'm still a little surprised how poorly they did up there, but alright. I know, you're going to say it's anti-large armor piercing. I know that. I thought they would do more to it. I understand how much damage it did to them. That's not the part I'm confused about. All right, Cetra is balls deep in here, but he's also living his best life. As the Butchers of Kalkengard are getting massacred, Morgar's also having a bad time, and the Jabberscythe got away, but it lost 2/3 of its HP. So far, this fight that looked ill-advised is going pretty well for the Tomb Kings, all things considered. Now, the Sphinx is taking a ton of damage. Cetra probably needs to be spamming spells on it as much as possible to give it that physical resistance, but also to just... Oh! It turned into a Chaos Spawn! That's fucked! That's so fucked! Oh, everything about that is terrible. Everything. So it definitely had some life left in it. Cetra could have given it some buffs and it could have gotten some healing and whatever. So losing such an expensive thing to Chaos Spawn is fucked up. Oh, and if you didn't notice that I don't watch the replays before I cast them, there's that. But also, this is fucked for the Beastman player. He already has Chaos Spawn summoned here. He doesn't need it. Where's it gonna go? It's gonna go fight Halberds and some shit? This is the worst timing for the Chaos Spawn to come out. So while the Tomb King player's like, bro, my fucking Sphinx, the Beastman player's like, bro, what the fuck do I do with this Chaos Spawn? Oh, God. That's funny. That's funny and terrible for both sides. Tomb Scorpions in the back line, disrupting the archers. Razorgore Herds are still fighting Halberds on the top side, so they're having a terrible go of that. They need to be pulled away. But they keep rampaging, so it's not like the Beastman player can tell them to back off, but they should, you know. Call to Violence is out, trying to keep the Butchers of Kalkengard in the fight, but the Chosen of the Gods are massacring these Ungor Raiders. They're going to rout soon. Tomb Scorpion is terror-outed a different one. Meanwhile, the Jabberscythe and the Feral Manticore are doing their best to support the frontline fight. Looks like slowly but surely these the Skeleton Warriors are getting killed off. Wherever the Jabber goes is going to start making their crumbling even worse due to his Mortis Engine only when you're low effect. The Chosen of the Gods are firing at him now, and while I usually bemoan shooting at a single entity with the Chosen of the Gods, if it's a tall single entity, their spread shot will hit it a lot, and then it'll be just fine. So if it's a small single entity, don't. If it's a big single entity, sure, go for it. Ushop to Summon is out, trying to stop this Ungor herd that is walking straight at the Chosen of the Gods. Jabberscythe's taking a lot of damage. Back over on the Cetra chain, one of the Chaos Spawn has faded away. The other one's not feeling so good, fighting on top of Halberds. And Sporkle Stalkers are also here to try and bail out Cetra. But this is a great fight for the Tomb Kings. They're fighting right on Halberds. Cetra's still very healthy. Things going excellently for them. For the Beastmen, their infantry have won overall. They still have some archers online, though there's a Tomb Scorpion fucking around with them. So their front line's doing great. Some of their monsters are still out and about and chilling. For the Tomb Kings, both their weapons teams, quote-unquote, are doing fine. Their Tomb Scorpion's fine. Losing the Sphinx to that summon was pretty brutal. And they've lost a lot of their front line, but they still have some Tomb Guard. Cetra taking this much damage right now is really brutal for the Tomb Kings. They are not enjoying this whatsoever. Jabber Scythe is in, charges straight through, gets some passing damage to those Tomb Guard. Gets a double charge attack, keeping him out of their pokey sticks for a little bit. Man, he is so low. Elsewhere, this Ushabti summon is making things look a lot better for the Tomb Kings than it is. They're going to fade away in 10 seconds, and then these Razor Gore herds are uncontested on the backline, harassing the Chosen of the Gods. Meanwhile, this could be a problem. The Spirit Leech caster is currently surrounded by Tomb Guards with halberds. He can pull out if he knows he's being attacked, but if he's, busy, if the Beastman player's focus is elsewhere, he's not going to notice that, and he could take a lot of free damage for no reason. Ushabti summon is gone, making the balance of power right at even. The Deathcaster is going to get away, which is a problem for the Tomb Kings, because Cetra wasn't looking too hot on HP. While every spell he casts gives him a little burst of healing, Spirit Leeches on him are going to be so amazing. Just, so amazing. Manticore killing off Tomb Guard with halberds, along with the Butchers of Calvin. This is a pretty even game still. Tomb Scorpion is full HP. We have 2 Tomb Guard that are relatively healthy on the map. I don't count that one. That one's, dead. Who cares? Is that an overcasted Spirit Leech? No, it's just regular. Nice. And the Seppi stocks are also chilling. Ah, I didn't see them because they were beneath my screen as I was looking around. I'm getting a little concerned for the Beastmen if the Sporkle Stalkers are fine. Cetra needs to kill this Jabber, but it just gets charge after charge on him. Ooh, and now the Sporkle Stalker's just surrounded by random-ass chaff. They're getting poked down. Starting to walk away now, which is fine. Japs Incantation of Curse Blades gives him more weapon strength, but it's mostly just cast for the cheap army-wide healing. Manticore has landed in 2 different groups of halberds. He will not have a good time as the Chosen of the Gods are getting whittled down. The Beastmen, superior infantry at this point in the game is proving to be a problem. As we mentioned before, it's just too much pressure. You're not scared of any specific Ungor spearmen or Ungor anything, but just look at them all. Look at how many things there are. An archer is shattered. The Jabber Scythe was pushed off for now. Cetra and Sporkle Stalkers trying to fall back as the Butchers of Calvin Guard approach their heal cap, but are still in. Call to Violence was popped. Now it's gone. And they get to fight Cetra at last. Chosen of the Gods still clinging to life, trying to stay near those halberds, but this whole section is so separated from Cetra and the lads. Cetra's taking another Spirit Leech. The physical resist of his Nero's Incantation of Protection isn't going to help him any here. Bounce power shifting against the Tomb Kings. If Cetra and his Tomb Scorpion can get back to all these halberds, maybe there's a shot. Maybe. Maybe. Alright, Tomb Scorpion still diving through some stuff. Butcher's Calvin Guard trying to catch up. Chosen of the Gods have been secured for now, and they are moving up. Chosen of the Gods, if they focus fire any infantry above half HP, they'll get really good damage down, and then could make this a pretty scary game for the Beastmen in the late game. When you have a terror-causing Tomb Scorpion rolling through infantry that are about to break, that could be brutal. Another Spirit Leech onto Cetra. We did mention earlier that this guy's going to be a fucking problem. And can Cetra snipe him out right now? An unfortunate pathing decision for the Bray Shaman of Death takes him close to the King of Kings. But Cetra's busy just trying to get out of here. Now crumbling his hip, but he decides to go all in. And the charge bonus gives him his leadership that he needs. He is going to fight this Bray Shaman. Ah! He's routing. Cetra's still not crumbling just yet. He's getting big hits onto this Deathcaster, and while he's probably not going to make it out of this half of the desert alive, he is doing the Lord's work, taking that Spirit Leech caster out with him. And as long as Cetra keeps fighting him, his leadership is holding steady. So he'll be okay for now. Tomb Scorpion is kicking the shit out of a Feral Manticore, but the Butchers of Calvin Guard are also teaming up on him. And the Chosen of the Gods are still here. They're trying to poke in on the Butchers of Calvin Guard specifically. Looks like we're just relying on the the Tomb Guard to kill the infantry in the late game. I would say the Tomb Scorpion too, but I doubt he's getting out of this. He's taking big damage. And a Job's Incantation of Cursed Blades trying to heal up Cetra. And again, his leadership was stable as long as he was charging. But now the Spirit Leech caster is shattered. Does his leadership hold? It looks like it is for now. Cetra will stay on the map. Tomb Kings fall dangerously far behind on the balance of power. And oh, it's because Morgar's so healthy. That's it. I was looking around, I'm like, where the fuck is this balance of power coming from? Archers are going to shoot at Cetra. If they even nick him, he will start to crumble, and the crumbling will keep him going down. They hit him for 50 damage, and he's not crumbling, so I guess I'm just a big lion banky. Tomb Scorpion trying to hang in there. Nero's Incantation of Protection trying to keep him healthy and fighting. Butcher's Calvin Guard are pushed off. The Manticore's pushed off. The Tube Scorpion's gonna get a side charge onto the Archers. They're gone too. I think this balance of power is full of shit. I think the Tomb Kings are chilling. Tomb Guard get to fight all the Ungors they could ever want, but they don't care, man. They'll kill all these Ungors. What's Malagor gonna do? Morgor gonna do? Nothing. He's gonna do nothing. Balance of power is the Tomb King's worst enemy right now. Another Jaff's Incantation to Curse Blades, healing up Cetra. Butcher's Calvin Guard coming back. Remember at the very start when I said they'd probably hit their healing cap? Well, it's getting pretty close. It's getting pretty close to that heal cap there. Chosen of the Gods are out of ammunition. They are now just a slightly worse melee Ushabti. Another healthy Tomb Guard trying to rejoin the fight as this Tomb Guard just grinds it out with the best of them. Butcher's standing off for now, just trying to regenerate a little bit more. Manticore's also rejoining the fight, and the balance power keeps getting worse and worse for the Tomb Kings as more stuff rallies. Still have to get things routing pretty soon. Cetra's standing off for now. How many more spells does he even have in him for healing anything? Don't know, but these guys are trying to join the fight. Like I said, that balance power just gets worse and worse for the Tomb Kings, even though the state of the game hasn't changed. Balance power is a cruel mistress, so they got to get some stuff routing to stay in this. Big charge onto Spearman, gets decent damage out. Another Cursed Blades onto the Tomb Guard Halberds, giving the whole Tomb King's army some healing, including Cetra himself. He really does need it. Those Spearmen are holding strong. The Butcher's Calvin Guard will countercharge. The Ushabti starting to fall back to their Halberds. These Tomb Guards still fighting it out, and they're like, please, Beastmen, like, just something somewhere route. The balance power is so bad for us. Cetra probably needs to come back. He's chasing random Ungor Spearmen, which I can appreciate tactically, but again, the balance of power is your worst enemy, so you probably need Cetra running in here, like, charging the Butcher's Calvin Guard or something. It's risky. If he takes a big shot, he'll die. I get that, but, like, you might just flat out need him. Army losses is hitting as the Manticore and Morgor finish off one of the Tomb Guards. It's just too much. It tips him over the edge, and the Beastmen will prevail. Hey, Floof. That Tomb Scorpion honestly did okay. Yeah, that was the first time I didn't hate a Tomb Scorpion. A lot of the Tomb King's build did very well, considering how close the game went with fucking Butcher's heal capping and stuff. So, not a lot of standout bad performers. I think the Necrosphinx getting turned into a Chaos Spawn was really brutal. For Rless, Morgor did his job. He summoned some Chaos Spawn. He stayed alive. His Spirit Lich Caster did excellently. Jabberscythe struggled to get real value, but I thought it did well in the game. It was knocking things around. It pushed Cetra away a bit. It crumbled some Tomb Guard. Butcher's Calvin Guard did great like they usually do. Feral Manticore actually paid for itself for the first time in like a month or two. Razorgore struggled a little bit. The Ungor spam turned out to be pretty darn good. This is a game of a lot of firsts, but it's also one of the first times I've said, wow, Ungor Spearman herds did really well. But they did. All right, let me delete that replay so I don't accidentally cast it twice, and then let's take you over to the Photoshop. So far, a 2-0 start for... 2-0 start for the Underdwellers, the Upstarts. Can the defending champions, the Undead, rally? Let's find out. With our next game, Trader GG versus Salinator. All right. Due to some scheduling conflicts, Trader GG, no, never mind. He made it. This is Trader GG playing. Yeah, that's Trader GG right there. I see nothing weird about this. There's nothing shady at all about the name of Trader GG here. That's him. That's him on the screen. What will the next faction face-off be based on? I don't know yet. I think about that after I finish one. Mr. CJ. So now I had a long conversation with Trader GG, the current Chaos Dwarf player, the one who's playing right now, and he told me his most intimate thoughts. So when I'm casting this game, if I occasionally say I was thinking, Trader was thinking, and he told me, and we're so fucking close and tight, we're bros, that I know what he was talking about. So Trader told me that this thing's full of shit. Trader told me that he's been watching a lot of replays for his YouTube channel where the Death Streaker rocket launcher is amazing and a sniper and incredible, and Gelt couldn't dodge it on his Pegasus. So Trader GG was like, I'm gonna take one, I'm gonna target it onto Manfred the whole game, and it's just gonna fucking kill him. And he points at the right red arrow onto Manfred. It's shooting at Manfred right now. All right, take it away, Death Streaker. Anyway, for the rest of his build, we have 2 Kadai Fireborn, 5 Chaos Dwarf Warriors, because some people in Trader's YouTube chat had complained about not seeing enough Chaos Dwarf Warriors. We have Zatan the Black with his net and then his -8 leadership aura, the Demon's Tongue Iron Demon, and then a Demon Smith of Fire with Burning Head. And the missile is going, and it hits a zombie instead of the unit Trader told it to shoot at, because it was already firing for 55 years at a zombie, because the game started and it's a zombie. On the side of Salinator and Manfred von Karstein, we do have Fate of Buna, Zombie Summon, and some healing. We have triple Vargeist, some Fellbats, also for support, 2 Cryptors, 3 Cairn Wraiths, 5 Zombies, and a Necromancer with a Strokey Stroke Rod. Nice breath attack, I try to dodge it, and the Chaos Dwarf Warriors get mulched, so very good stuff from my opponent there. My Iron Demon is just going to go out and start harassing people. Since this guy was being such a dumb piece of shit and wouldn't turn towards Manfred no matter how many times I ordered him, I just told him to take out the Necromancer and put that under pressure. One thing I was worried about, real quick, I saw he had the Balefire, so I don't want him to get into melee with my Kadai Fireborn, who relied pretty heavily on, like, physical resist and stuff. Ooh, they have fire resist, though. They'd be okay. I forgot they had fire resist. And they only have 10% physical resistance? Why? Why does this unit only have 10% physical resistance? God damn it, CA. Anyway, I was trying to kill him before he got into the melee so my Kadai could be okay. The Kadai are going to do great here. Magic damage and fire damage versus Cairn Wraiths / Crypt Horrors that want to regenerate is going to be pretty cool. Salinator goes for my caster, so I land him in the middle of my formation. I'm like, go on, come on. Land down here, see what happens, punk ass. He won't. Cairn Wraiths get messed up by the Kadai Fireborn, though those Kadai do start overextending, because I didn't think that they would run away. And now the central fight has started. Cryptor is joining up with those Cairn Wraiths, so everybody is all in here, terrorizing my poor little Demon's Tongue. Zatan's coming over to get them to crumble a little bit faster. Chaos Dwarf Warriors are piling in to support as well. Necromancer has taken barely any damage at all from this dog shit contraption. That's super fun. Breath attack from him is going to annihilate another Chaos Dwarf Warrior. Nope, didn't get a perfect angle, but a huge burning head through the zombies and the Cairn Wraiths. Say goodbye to your entire front lines vampire counts. Balance of power is in the favor of the Chaos Dwarves, and I agree, Chaos Dwarves are doing great. Whoever's playing them is really handsome. Manfred has dove onto the Death Streaker lock launcher, so the Demon's Tongue comes over to have words, and the Death Streaker's in the way at this point. This is in the way. But Zatan gets out his first net, Sadistic Snare. Now they're all trying to get around the Death Streaker. Come on. Come on, buddy. You can do it. Death Streaker's also just trying to get the fuck out of the way, but it can't move. So the Demon's Tongue is stuck on the Death Streaker, which is stuck on the ground, and Zatan's stuck behind both of them. No one's getting to Manfred, and this net is getting wasted. What else is getting wasted? The Vampire Count's front line. Haha, fucking got him. Oh, also my Kadai Fireborn are getting massacred on the side as all these Vargeist murder them. But, like, take that, counts. Your front line's doomed. So Zatan and the Demon's Tongue are still trying to punish Manfred a little bit. They are getting some damage out, but not a ton. And my rocket launcher is really trying to get away. Oh boy, it's trying. It's not going very fast, but it's trying. Kadai are wrecking that front line. These Kadai are going to get shut down, though, so nice pick out for my opponent. I let them get too far away from the front line. And my Sorcerer plus the Demon's Tongue try and keep Manfred on the ground, but some Crypt Horrors offer a little bit of blocking, and he does get back into the sky at half HP. So some good poke, and still slightly ahead on the balance of power for the Chaos Dwarves. Death Streaker Rocket Launcher is trying to fire at Manfred. Will it shoot this year? Holy shit, it did, and it missed! Does a 180 and hits my own Chaos Dwarf Warriors. So this dumb piece of shit took 55 years to shoot at a zombie instead of who I told it to fire at. Then it fired at a Necromancer all game and did 0 damage. And then it fired and did friendly fire instead of hitting Manfred. Seems like a pretty bad unit. It's not a bad unit. I'm just having not a good game with it, and it's making me salty. So Zatan's still in here trying to get stuff to crumble. Another burning head down the side. Now, one of these zombies is a summon, but the other ones aren't, and we still got to get rid of them anyway. So just trying to get those guys moving. Demon's Tongue at this point is trying to take out the Necromancer. Demon Smith the Fire is also in here. Bounce power still slightly Chaos Dwarf favored, but can Zatan do it? He's trying. And his cruelty thing is up to -8 leadership for everything around him, so they are going to start crumbling faster as more zombies get taken out. That zombie is real. That zombie is real. Necromancer slowly fading away. His Forbidden Rod damaging him a lot. We still have a healthy Kadai off on the side. Necromancer is leaving, and now we have a horrible, horrible pile as Zatan tries to get out and do anything. Manfred's going to dive in. And now he's in the center of it all. I do tell Zatan to kick his ass. I told the Demon's Tongue to go kick his ass. They have him surrounded right now. But my caster is awfully close to breaking. The Kadai are also grinding it out. That Necromancer's still fucking alive. And I throw out one last Burning Head to just try and clear some of these guys out. People finally start fading away. Bastards. Necromancer finally dies. And Manfred taking some damage. The Svargeists are all getting low. Cryptors are also getting low. Kadai Fireborn are trying to fight it out. Invocation to Heck, Overcast does hurt him. My caster routes, but he gets netted just as he starts a charge animation, which takes him outside of the blob. The Demon's Tongue and Zatan are still trying to catch up to him, still trying to punish Manfred, who is netted. But there's just too much mass. There's Crypt Horrors all over that are also protecting him, so I can't really get to him. Balance power starts to turn against the Chaos Dwarves as Vargeists and Crypt Horrors are going to chase off my caster. Get rid of him, and Zatan's second net will not amount to much. Kadai still fighting on the far side. I have told them to get into the fight proper previously, but they just have such a hard time pushing through all these zombies and other garbage that they're just stuck on the outskirts. Manfred's heal cap is within sight, so are the Vargeists and Crypt Horrors. Zatan is still getting everybody to slowly drain down, and we do have Chaos Dwarf Warriors and Kadai Fireborn still going into and out of the fight. But I don't know if the crumbling is going to be enough, as the Demon's Tongue has died. Manfred Overcast another Invocation to Heck, hurting himself, but healing up all of his guys. And another zombie summon, just for good measure, just so I really can't focus down these Vargeists. And some of them are crumbling, but they're not crumbling fast enough. Bounce power goes pretty badly against me. Chaos Dwarves start to rout off, leaving Zatan and the Kadai Fireborn alone. And that is that. What up, World Beater? Zatan did not do well. He did not do well. He was bad. Maybe with like a ranged focus build, his net would have been nice, but I wanted to play with the Kadai Fireborn. Kadai Fireborn did fine. They cleared out a lot of stuff. They got good value. I let one of them get isolated and fucked up, and they still almost paid for it. That one almost paid for itself. The one that stuck around actually did pay for itself. Demon's Tongue did great. My caster honestly did great. Dash Trigger Rocket Launcher just like shit its pants. It's probably bad in this matchup, but I did find it funny. I had been watching so many replays where this thing kicked ass, and I'm like, oh, I want to try it. And then I tried it, I'm like, this thing sucks. It can't hit a Necromancer. And when it does like no damage. And Chaos Dwarf Warriors underperformed. For a $650 price point, they're probably just not worth it, but it was funny. It was funny. For Salinator, he played great. Manfred got a ton of value. His Vargeist also got a ton of value. Crypt Horrors did amazing. I messed up his Karen rates. And right after the game, he messaged me. He was just like, well, I tried to have fun with some Karen rates. That didn't work. And I was like, don't worry, dude. I tried to have fun with Chaos Dwarf Warriors and Dash Trigger Rocket Launcher, and shit happens. So neither side was overly fond of their faction's performance. Still funny, though. And boom! The Undead are on the board! Oh, dick. There we go. Undead are on the board. Next up, we have Complex Slayer versus Seos. Wait. They 100% sent this to me. I remember it, but I must have deleted it. Allow me to find my chat. Yep, there it is. I know I had it. I must have just deleted it like an asshole. Replays. No? What the fuck? Oh, it's just a file. It's not a replay file. Weird. All right. So it's not the right file type. That's why I'm not seeing it. I'll message Seos. Actually, I can scroll up and see if Seos messaged it to me, and I just saved one version. Okay, yeah. All right. Well, while we sort that out, what's the next game? Beastmen, Tomb Kings. Gotcha. All right, we'll move to the next game. If not, I will have to explain that one in dramatic fashion. That would make me sad. Because you don't get a lot of Complex Slayer in this channel. But he's a legend of the quick battles. Alright, I took a blocker down, right? Sorry, I got a little off track here. So what do we have? For Gotrek Starbreaker / Saber's Regnum, we have his patented Ushabti Rush. 4 Skeleton Spearmen, 4 Melee Ushabti, a bunch of Skeleton and Nehekara Horsemen. Wow. I've never seen a Tomb King's Bretonia build like this. The Triple Gold Chevron Necropolis Knights, also patented. DJ Katep, wandering around them. Another Tomb Scorpion and the Kepler Guard. Huh. Tomb Scorpions are popular today. Hello, bye. Hi, Hot Fire Potato. Bye, Hot Fire Potato. On the other side, for Cyrus, we do have Centaurs, Centaur Regiment of Renown with Throwing Axes, the Grog Hoofs of Wolf's Run. Then we have 2 Minotaurs, one of which is the Butchers, the other is just a Great Weapons. A Doom Bull, Brace Him to Wild Traderkin, 2 Razorgore Herds, 3 Ungor Raiders, and then a front line of Ungor Spearman Herd and Axe Herds. Alright, I have a message from Seos, so we might have found it, but we'll see. Anyway, Ushabti coming in hot, charging straight into those Ungor Spearman Herds. The Ungor Spearman Herds will have a bad time. They have Archer Sport. Oh, you're saying by the way. I see, Hot Fire Potato. What'd you miss? First couple rounds, Patrick. First couple rounds. No big deal. Nothing major. Archers are raining an unholy fire upon the Tomb Kings. The frontline fight is engaged. So far, the Tomb Kings version of Bretonia has not gotten their cavalry involved, but I'm imagining they're trying to find a way onto those archers with a gusto. There's the Kepler Guard. That was uncomfortable. I didn't like that. Ah! Stop doing it. Stop it. Okay, whatever. I guess I can't zoom in on the Kepler Guard at all, but they're moving up. They're moving up. Just trust me. Triple Gold Chevron Necro Knights plow into all of these Minotaurs, Great Weapons and Butchers alike, and the Doom Bull, so an unholy blob fight is starting here. But the Tomb Kings have support, and the Tomb Kings have healing from Katep, so I think they'll be okay. Elsewhere, the Beastman frontline is yet again beating the Tomb Kings frontline, like we saw with Rless and Rainy Frog. Even with those Ushabti supporting them, I guess it's just like all of the archers helping out, and the Kepler Guard are getting massacred on the way in due to those archers. Whereas the cavalry, the Skeleton Horsemen, oh, they're fighting Centaurs, the flag just wasn't here. Skeleton Horsemen are getting intercepted. A side charge from them should help, and where are their archers? There they are. They're trying to fight this Bracium in a while and keep him under wraps. Other Nehekara Horsemen charge some other Centaurs and are taking them out, but so far, the Beastmen archers are still uncontested. Just now, the Ushopti punched through that front line. They're about to get here, but they are almost dead. Meanwhile, in the big blob fight, Tomb King's not doing as well as I would have imagined. Kotep's half HP, Necro Knights are taking a lot of damage, Ushopti are crumbling away, and the Minos are still grinding through it. On the backfield, things starting to go a little more poorly for the Beastmen. Grovko's taking a lot of damage from these Skeleton Horse Archers. The basic Skeleton Horsemen are now getting to the Archers, and Kepergard have pushed through it last. So a lot of these Archers are going to get shut down. Things will get a little less good for the Beastmen here rather quickly. Tomb Scorpion, Ushopti, and these Necro Knights still trying to just grind it out. But Kotep keeps overcasting stuff. That gives them the bonus versus large. So he was trying to buff the Necro Knight's damage, but that overcast is going to hurt him a lot and leave him isolated for the Groghooves to charge him. These Skeleton Horse Archers might have to opt in and do something as he's getting torn limb from limb by these Centaurs. And no one's helping him! No one's helping this poor man! He even put out Onuro's Incantation of Protection onto the Necro Knights, not onto himself, relying on just the healing to keep him up and alive. But he's been canceling the enemy's cooldowns a bunch, which means they probably have plenty of Traderkins for late game, so Kotep's days are actually extremely numbered. And I think he knows that, which is why he's trying to get through these Minotaurs. It's just taking him forever. Never mind, Traderkin is cast on the Blob, which is alright. It'll do decent damage. Necro Knight's taking a lot of damage, not dishing it back as much. Tomb Kings have cleared up those Archers at last. The Beastmen are mass routing on the backfield, but the Blob fight is going so poorly for them, I don't know if it's going to matter. Groghooves are routed off by these Skeleton Horse Archers. Tomb Scorpion's trying to duel out with the Mage, and things are getting a little better for the Tomb Kings on the bounce power, just a little bit, as the Archers continue to get massacred. That's about it. The Beastmen outside the Blob fight are a spent force. They don't really have a lot going left for them. Doombull's still full HP. Binos are chilling for now. And the Necro Knights are out here trying to get some stuff done, but not loving it. And there's a late game melee Ushopti summon. What's it gonna do as Kotep gets charged by the Brayshaman Wilds? Brayshaman going absolutely nuts. And Doombull is surrounded by a bunch of scary foes. I want to avoid that as the Minotaurs clean up this fight. But there's more Skeleton Spearmen pouring back in. We'll see how long they can hold on. Doombull's trying to fight his way out of here, but he's actually quickly losing HP fighting that Tomb Scorpion. And Kotep survives for now. It looks like he's throwing down his Bound Skull Storm behind these Spearmen. It does arc into them. And it's fucking up the Skeleton Horsemen something fierce. It is fucking up those Skeleton Horsemen! They lost like 600 health to that. Oh, that's some RNGesus for you. Traderkin caster on the Blob once again. I guess Kotep's far away for the Traderkins. Yeah. Butcher's Calvin Guard almost routing. Regular Minotaurs of Great Weapons also not feeling so great. Necropolis Knights clinging to life, just barely, but they are crumbling. The Doombull is nearby to deal with that. But the Tomb Kings have really stabilized their falling balance of power. And with the healthy Skeleton Horse Archer, that could be very useful in the late game. If you route anything of significance, they can chase it. And since they're so healthy, you know they won't like crumble or something. Minos' Great Weapons are pushed off. Bounce power continues to get slightly better for our friends, the Tomb Kings. The Brayshaman of Wilds tries to charge some Skeleton Spears and ends up just kind of limping in there. Very sad. Kepergard are cleaning up infinite amounts of random Ungors. Necropolis Knights still dying slowly as the Tomb Scorpion tries to isolate the Butchers of Calvin. And the Skeleton Horse Archers are firing the last of their volleys. Then they might have to just go into melee and try and route these guys with some rear charges, or they could deal with these Archers or something, because the Archers are currently firing onto the Kepergard. Bounce power shifting against the Tomb Kings yet again. The Doombull's below half HP. Wildscaster's very healthy though, and he is coming for Kotep. There's no escaping now if there is a Traderkin in the back pocket that could finish him off. Here it is. Is it overcast? Nope, regular cast. Still is going to do a good amount. You can see him getting slapped even while he's trying to heal up with the Nehekara passive. He's just going to get too low. If the Traderkin doesn't kill him, crumbling will. There we go. He's 190. -2 leadership there. The crumbling starts. Bounce power continues to get worse for the Tomb Kings, especially as their Lord and Caster dies. There we go. Butcher's Skeleton Guard almost routing. Bratium Wild's also not feeling so good. Doombull is chilling. Doesn't have a ton of HP, but he has plenty. And the Beastmen are getting a second wind back here. And just like the first game, Balance of Power is actually their best friend. Because if this had to go the distance, I'm not sure how it would go. But I know if Army Losses randomly just takes him out, then yeah, that's how that game's going to go. Butcher's Skeleton Guard will not route. Doombull and Bray Shaman fighting back-to-back. They'll be just fine. Skeleton Spears are crumbling. Everything's crumbling. But will the Butchers live to see it? Looks like probably, especially with Archer support nearby to deal with the Kepler Guard slowly over time. Everything's a crumbling for our friends, the Tomb Kings. Man, the Butchers are such badasses. They hold forever. I don't even have a problem with that. They're expensive. They're elite. You'd hope the best for them. Centaur's charged the Kepler Guard for just a brief second, though those guys are almost at their heal cap. Tomb Scorpion still fighting it out. This one not doing as well as Rainy Frog's Tomb Scorpion, unfortunately, value-wise, but it's been in the fight this whole game. It's doing its best. I think that's just it, though. The Beastmen are too powerful. S+ tier. S+ tier faction. The Beastmen can't be defeated by Mortal Man. And the Doombill will prevail. Another W for the Underway lads. Both Minotaurs did great. Groghooves did well. Centaurs struggled a bit to get their value back. 3,000 value on the Trader King caster. Doombull did okay. Archers did pretty well overall. And the Ungor frontline didn't do very much, but they were around. Katep provided a lot of support and healing. Tomb Scorpion, honestly, did okay. How much is that thing again? Is the Tomb Scorpion 800 or is it a bunch? I don't remember. Necropolis Knights struggled, especially considering they were triple gold chevron. They really didn't get a lot of value out, unfortunately. Skeleton Horsemen all did great. Kepler Guard, Andu Shopti, mixed frontline there. 1,000? Ugh. Ugh! Brutal. Why the fuck is that all weird? Yeah, okay. Slayer, don't you worry. We have your game. We have your game. We got it. We aren't going to miss nothing. There's just some technical difficulties. Something is fucked about that replay file, so hopefully the actual game goes okay, though. And the only reason I say that is just because even the one Seos sent me, it wanted to save as a basic replay file until I tried again. Oh, wait, shit. Wrong one. I was in my own head. Katep is down. The Undead, out of 4 games, they're down 3. Shit's rough. This shit's rough. Who's going to turn it around? All right. We're going back for Complex Slayer versus Seos. We have it now. We just lost it for a second. Grombrindle and Count Noctilus. The White Dwarf. And that is an unholy amount of Vanguard. Seos, I don't have to take this from you. I have to take shit. I don't have to take nothing. Alrighty, for the Vampire Coast, we have 2 Scurvy Dogs in the Vanguard, triple Carronade on the backfield, some animated Hulks, 2 Depth Guard, a front line of zombies, and then 5 handgun mobs, and Count Noctilus with Pit of Shades, Melcustom Spawn Miasma, and Invocation Hack. I took the blocker down, right? Yes, I did. Perfect. On the other side, for the Dwarves, we have a front line of Miners without blasting charges, Bugman's Rangers, and Rangers with great weapons, so all of his ranged units are stalked until they get close and start shooting. More Bugman's Rangers in the back, and then Grombrindle, the White Dwarf, and I thought I saw somewhere there was the Ironbreaker Regiment over now. Where are they? There they are. Norgumling's Ironbreakers. Handgun mobs are going to start firing at the miners as they get in close. But once all 12 of these ranged units get within range of the Vampire Coast are going to start having a really bad time. Cannons are firing into the Norgamling's Iron Breakers, getting a little bit of damage down, but they'll get their blasting charges just fine into those Depth Guard. Good little chunk of damage, and they have plenty left to do. But the dogs are here. Bugman's Rangers can fight back against dogs pretty well if they're given melee commands to do so. So we'll see how that goes. Ironbreaker's still firing into that area. Dogs chewing up our Bugman's companions. Looks like the Bugman's Rangers are fighting back, so they could be okay with their regeneration and higher stats. We'll see. Grombrindle has locked onto Count Noctilus. Flash Bomb is down, lowering his melee stats, but also slowing him so that, this Grombrindle can actually catch up. Big Pit of Shades on the far side going to hit some Rangers, and other Rangers are already shattered from the dog assault. His summons are also locking up some of these guys, but 3 other Rangers are fine, killing off animated Hulks and zombies with abandon. The handgun firing squad is taking out the miners. Do they do the same to Grombrindle? I would be curious. There's no net for him or anything. They still could get a lot of damage out. Bugman's Rangers still fighting those scurvy dogs. They're holding on for now, and an Invocation to Heck is also going to buff up the Depth Guard that are running back there. For them, the dwarves are actually in a bit of a tough state, as Grombrindle now ignores Noctilus and just goes for these handgun mobs, knowing he can't allow them to keep firing. And they are taking some damage from the archers, but elsewhere the archers are just completely inundated with random undead garbage. Like dogs, like wounded animated Hulks, shit like that. A summon from Noctilus. Norman's Ironbreaker's taking a lot of damage. They are almost killed off entirely. And those Bugman's Rangers down here did eventually shatter. Took Depth Guard also charging them with the dogs to finish them off. But they got there. They got there. I have messages. Why? Alright. Sorry, I was reading a message. Depth Guard running down the hill, dealing with Ulthar's Raiders. Bugman's Rangers trying to stay alive in the backfield, still firing at these handgun mobs. One handgun mob's at half HP, another's at half HP, another's at half HP, another's at like a quarter, and then one is healthy. But the dwarves are running out of stone and steel and grit. And I'm kind of surprised how this one went. I felt like it would have gone a lot better, but then it just like didn't. I guess these Bugman's Rangers are still chilling. They're just getting pushed back by animated Hulks and other nonsense. Damn. Grombrindle getting kited by the Undead a little bit, just trying to find himself a fight where he can really hit something. All 3 cannons still online in the backfield, just firing. I guess those Depth Guard were a bit of a problem. What up, Licinia? How you doing, man? Another summon, annoying these Bugman's Rangers so they can't just, like, do their job and fire. Man, these animated Hulks are just clutching the end. Go away. There. Now they're gone. Maybe these Bugman's Rangers can get something done now. These other ones are going to fire into the handgun mobs. They've almost killed off one handgun mob. The other one is well on its way. And Grombrindle's taking out another handgun mob. The dwarves are doing much better in the latter part of this game. I just think they're a little too far behind. I don't know how it went that poorly, though. Like, looking, like... I don't know. On paper, it felt like it should have gone fine. I didn't notice any, like, big fuck-ups. Like, wow, Complex Slayer left, like, 6 of his units in the backfield doing nothing. It's like, no, they were... Everything was here. It just all died suddenly. I'm still kind of surprised how well the dogs did versus Rangers. Not flabbergasted, but a little surprised. I've been playing a lot of VP recently, and the dogs feel like they can't kill anything ever. Ever. Army losses hits for the dwarves, leaving just Grombrindle, who's going to axe himself up some handgun mobs. But he'll FF there. He won't make you watch as he kills every single Vampire Coast one by one. All right, for Seos, cannons, decent value. Handguns did okay. Dogs did pretty great. Animated Hulks were around Depth Guard did okay. Noctilus himself did fine. For Complex Slayer, Grombrindle was unmatched in combat. Everyone just fucking ignored him. They abandoned him. Bugman's Rangers unfortunately underperformed a little bit. Basic Rangers did okay. Aaron's just Great Weapon struggled a lot. And Miners struggled, but I mean, they were just there for chaff. Mormon's Ironbreakers also got shit. GG's. GG's. And another of the Underfolk bites the dust. Last game for the first round. Wags on the Wood Elves versus Longshanks with Biscuit, the Blood Dragon Lord. Now, do not fret after the first round is done. It's not like the whole event is over. It's elimination. We'll keep going till one side is entirely dead. For Biscuit and the Vampire counts, Blood Dragon Lord up on his mount with Helm of Discord, Raised Dead, and Invocation of Heck. Then we have some Crypt Horrors, 4 of them, a Mortis Engine, 5 zombies, some Direwolves, and some Vargeists on each flank. For Wags and the Wood Elves, we have the Wild Hunters of Kuranos, a front line of Dryads, 4 Glade Guard, all with Starfire Shafts, the Wardens of Sithril, Wildwood Ranger ROR, Loix Tricksters, the War Dancer Spear ROR. Interesting. A Glade Lord, it looks like on foot. A foot Glade Lord with Pravenoth, Rema, and Arrow of Kuranos, and a Spellsinger of Life with just Earthblood. What do you guys even do? The Wardens of Sithril get bonus versus large and charge defense when in a forest. Other than that, they're just ITP, I guess. And these other ones can get Stalk and Unspottable and Frenzy. Weird. Those are some weird regiments around. Alright. Biscuit is in. Biscuit is taking some serious damage from the Wood Elves. Wood Elves aren't fucking around. Also, what's not fucking around these Dryads is they massacre some zombies. We are getting a fight in the trees. The Wood Elves took position here, and they're taking the fight. Wild Hunters of Kurnos countercharging some dogs as Blade Singers. How did I miss a Blade Singer? There's a Blade Singer in here. Those dogs are getting fucked up. Those dogs are getting fucked up. They got nothing. Oh, those dogs are all dead. All completely dead. Meanwhile, the Vargeists on this side are doing great. Nice little Pravenoth Rema, though. Not for the missile resist, but just netting these Vargeists on top of Loix Tricksters with the Wild Hunters of Kurnos charging in. That's going to be really good damage value. I like that net a lot, actually. Blood Dragon Lord's up in the sky. He's just chilling, throwing out Helm of Discord, trying to be supportive in whatever way he can be, but it's not going great for him right now. Dryads are killing it on the front line. Wood Elves are clearing out their back line. And sure, some of their archers are routing. That's just kind of the nature of the game when you're using archers versus vampire counts. They're gonna get them. They're gonna get them. Don't you worry. Some Dryads are shattering. Counts aren't going down without a fight. In fact, they're actually up on the balance of power, which seems strange, though I suppose most of what they lost are like zombies and dogs, right? Vargeist taking a lot of damage. Both these Vargeists pretty close to dead. These Crypt Horrors also not having a good time fighting against Loix Tricksters in the backfield. Wardens of Sithril are trying to kill off these Vargeists and get some of their archers back somewhere, but it looks like the Vargeists are actually going to creep away without crumbling and get those Glade Guard off in the distance. So without any archers, the Wood Elves might be in for a bad time. Glade Lord still trying to fire, still trying to do something. But this is where it gets spooky for the Wood Elves. Grinding against the Vampire counts is tough for most factions, but especially like the Wood Elves. Wild Hunters of Kurnos actually tear out off. Overcast Invocation to Heck, trying to heal up some of these Vargeists and keep them in the game. Can the Loix Tricksters and Wardens of Sithril carry? Actually, the Blade Singers, too. Blade Singers are wandering very far from home, which could be a concern. If they get caught out in the open and Vargeists charge them from both sides, they'll take a lot of damage on the charge, just due to no armor and low mass and stuff like that. Meanwhile, in the fight that is taking place in the trees, the Wood Elves are happy. I mean, they're super happy to be fighting in the trees like this. Elsewhere, we do have some archers rallying. That is very, very nice, just to keep those counts under pressure. The more zombies that fade away, the more concerning this gets. Because if you don't have zombies to eat the chaff, you know, when your chaff is Loix Tricksters and the Wardens of Sithril, you don't want your big stuff sitting on it at all. Blood Dragon Vampire Lord popping out his Helm of Discord again, but he's taking a lot of damage despite that. He's already at half HP. And a lot of his Vargheists and Cryptors have taken a bunch of damage. Some of their heal caps are even approaching, but when that crumbling starts, it's brutal. Like, crumbling doesn't do that much damage, but it's, like, consistent. Blood Dragon Lord is trying to snipe out the Glade Lord. Wild Hunters of Kronos are pushed off yet again, but the Blade Singers are back. Wardens of Sithril are back, so from their weird excursion off in the middle of nowhere, they have rejoined the fight. And another Overcast and Invocation Heck trying to heal up these things, but it also damaged the Blood Dragon Lord, taking him pretty low. Oh yeah, but there's the Mortis Engine. I've been missing you this entire time. That's tough. That is draining all of the Wood Elves units right now. Blade Singers and Wardens of Sithril are healthy, but everything else for the Wood Elves has been routing. Vargheists trying to charge these Glade Guard, but Glade Guard defend themselves. Nice job. I mean, there's a second wave of Vargheists that are going to take you out, but you did your damnedest. And the Mortis Engine is still slurping away on the souls of Wood Elves. Blood Dragon Lord, though, he needs to be careful. Now he's starting to wander away. Zombies, how many of you are real? That's a summon. That's real, but it's almost dead. There's not a ton of chaff left, though the Mortis Engine is living its best life, and we still have 2 Vargheists who aren't crumbling. You can chase stuff off. It's looking pretty tough for the Wood Elves. Blood Dragon Lord gets up and above, throws a breath attack down onto the foot character. Does, like, literally 0 damage to it. Instead hits his own Crypt Horrors. That's tough. That is tough shit. I imagine these Vargheists, though, they're going to rally and they're immediately going to come over here and reroute this entire pocket of people. Don't let them return to the fight whatsoever. Meanwhile, a Helm of Discord lowers all these guys' melee stats, and without their melee stats, the Mortis Engine continues to just slurp them up. While the Crypt Horrors are heal capped, I don't think that's going to matter as army losses is closing in for the poor Wood Elves. That is GG. Blade Singers. Blood Dragon Lord did okay. Mortis Engine did great. Vargheist did pretty well. Dogs got immediately shut down, getting exactly the same value before dying. Crypt Horrors also did pretty well. And zombies got massacred for the Horned Rat. And then aside for Blags, Wild Hunters Kronos did okay. His Lord struggled to really get value out. Glade Guard mixed, but overall not great. Wardens of Sithril, the Blade Singers, and Loix Tricksters got amazing value. Dryads did all right. It was GG. It was a very spicy Wood Elf build, as we've come to expect from the Blags. He's always bringing some crazy shit. All right, let's do this. So, what do we got? Blags is out. The end result of round 1 was a 3-3. And now, at this point, we just asked the players to schedule games as they were able, which I immediately challenged Seos, because fuck that guy. So, feeling the guilt and the sting of Patrick yelling at me, shouting at me, screaming at me, "Human boy, you're washed up. Human boy, you're a drunk. Human boy, you're a piece of shit. Going into a for-fun event, try-harding your ass off versus me, taking your Skaven versus Vampire Coast build and just replacing the Lord with the Master Assassin. You suck!" And I took that personally. I said, you know what, Patrick? Fuck you. I can take whatever I want and still win, because I'm the goddamn best. I'm the GOAT, the greatest of all time. So I said, watch this for meta, you punk ass. All right, for the Vampire Coast, we have 2 Scurvy Dogs. We have some Depth Guard, a whole bunch of zombie mobs in the front line, some pistols as well, and then Animated Hulks mixed with Promethean mobs, including the Rampart's Revenge, and Count Noctilus on foot with his summons and Invocation Heck. For me, I have 4 Rat Ogres, including the Pit Fighters of Hell's Deep. I have Shins, the Master Assassin. I forgot his -8 leadership aura. That's my bad. I'm a Warlock Engineer with Flensing Ruin and the Warpstone Armor. But that's where the try-hard shit ends. We got Skaven Slave Slingers. That's 4 of them, I think. Then we have some Night Runner Slingers. I believe also 4 of them. We have 3 Warp Fire Throwers and 2 Storm Vermin Halberd, including the Council Guard, and then another double gold chevron storm vermin halberds. Take that, Patrick! Warp fire thrower is going to shoot at these fell bats. Has anybody ever told you that warp fire throwers might be bad? Has anybody ever mentioned that they might be utter dog shit? Utter garbage. Completely trash. Missed a whole volley on 2 different fell bats. Missed a whole volley. 0 damage. 0. None. Nothing. Hi, Hazel. Hi, Hazel. Hi. It's nice to see you today. Are you upset because Dad's upset? Are you upset because Dad's upset? Sorry, I'm dealing with the dog right now. Hi, buddy. Okay, you're bumping the microphone, so you gotta go. You gotta go. Okay, that's not great. So now both my warp fire throwers are compromised and getting instantly fucked up because they couldn't defend themselves against those bats. But whatever, it's chillin'. It's chillin'. Slinger's still throwing. Council Guard and my other Storm Vermin will be just fine. We're doing good damage on the animated Hulks at first. Master Assassin throws down his Rival Hide Talisman to give these guys less melee attack and try to bail these Warp Fire Throwers out as my Night Runners start to fall back because they accidentally went a little too far forward. And realizing my opponent has a bunch of pistols, I'm going to now use my Rat Ogres as dogs or cav and just get out there and stop those pistols from firing. Things are getting a little crazy. Things are getting a little crazy out here as Rat Ogres are trying to kill Fell Bats and Animated Hulks. We're also killing off these other gunnery mobs. Meanwhile, Rotting Prometheans charge straight into the Council Guard. My Slingers continue to fall back and fall away. But here come the sneaky dogs. One of my Warp Fire Throwers was safe. One was happy and he's trying to fire in, but now the dogs are here. He tries to shoot one dog, but the other dog catches up to him, and goodbye, Warp Fire Throwers. Now the Warlock Engineer is in, draining everything around him. Slingers are still fighting valiantly against the Vampire Coast. Balance of Power is against the Skaven, which is not what you want to see at all, ever. Can the Skaven hold on? The answer is fucking no, but we're gonna try. Rat Ogre's still killing off these gunnery mobs, and the Depth Guard come out of the trees to, I don't know, just fuck with everything. Lamper's Revenge getting pretty low, all things considered, and Skaven Slave Singer still firing into this area. Fellbats fade away, and the Mortis Engine is draining those Lamper's Revenge nice and quick. Like, on the far side, we are securing our flanks, killing off the animated Hulks as Rat Ogres now run to go deal with some Fellbats and get them crumbling so I can at least get these Slingers back or something. Other Night Runners trying to defend themselves. Rotting Promethean, gunnery mobs taking a lot of damage. Council Guard still holding. My double gold chevron regular Storm Vermin still holding. And my Rat Ogres in the distance, man, they're trying to kill this pistol mob. They're working on it. Master Assassin needs to get away from the Depth Guard, and he is fine with that. Big Flensing Ruin, Overcast onto Noctilus and his animated Hulk friends. Fuck you, fuck you, fuck your cow, fuck your friends. All that stuff. These Fellbats did not crumble. They are chillin', and they are now chasing off my Skaven Slave Slingers. I have my other Night Runner Slings trying to run them down, but it's not going amazingly. In the backfield, dogs have chased off things, so both of Segos' dogs are still very healthy. His Lamprey's Revenge are pretty low. His animated Hulks are crumbling. So are the ones near Noctilus, who's still getting Flensing Ruined. And throws out another pistol summon. Doesn't get Overcast damage, though. Lucky bastard. My Halberds are in. They're fighting the Lamprey's Revenge. Shins is out and safe, kiting around, being silly. And all those animated Hulks that were around Noctilus are dead. We have Warp Fire Throwers coming back to the fight. They're gonna fucking do it! And the Mortis Engine is once again out for the Lamps Revenge, who are also naturally crumbling now, so that is double damage onto them. And the Depth Guard are closing in onto my little friend here, while the Rat Ogres catch out some scurvy dogs and fuck them up. Skaven are coming back into this game, and Shins is here, baby! He's gonna kill Count Noctilus! Also, Warp Fire Throwers are here, and let's all just take a moment. Warp Fire Throwers suck against bats. It's true. But at least against already crumbling zombies in a giant fucking pile, they're gonna do insane damage. This unit is dog shit. It's a dog shit unit. CA, fix please. It's not my fault for bringing it. It's your fault for making it shit. It's your fault for making it garbage. I didn't even notice the damage it was dealing. That's how fucked up it is. You might be like, Human Boy, oh, but it only has 13 models out of 32. Great, Times it by 3. 3 times 0, still 0. Just saying. Anyway, Shins is fucking up Count Noctilus, beating his ass. Let's go, Shins. Balance of power's back into the Skaven favor, baby. Meanwhile, Warlock Engineer's getting pushed down by these guys. The Depth Guard are surrounding him. He needs to get out of there pretty soon. Rat Ogre's still trying to kill off those dogs. Shin's still trying to kill off Count Noctilus, who has now retreated into 75 million zombies. Another Flensing Ruin is cast as the Warlock Engineer is about to die. He throws one out desperately because he's been trying to path out, but there's just too many zombies, too many depth guards. So he is surrounded. He does get routed off. But the Flensing Ruin onto Noctilus, who's also hit by an assassin, brings him danger low on HP, and now Rat Ogres are going to charge him. We just want to get that bitch crumbling. Don't worry, Warpfire throwers are still firing in the distance, and also, like, way over here, we have Slingers trying to rally with bats. We have Rat Ogres trying to fight dogs. This is just a mess. This is just a mess over here. But we don't care about that. As Rat Ogres charge into Noctilus, but he throws an invocation to heck on himself. They're still damaging him. They get him to negative 36 leadership, so he might start crumbling, but then he's up to positive 32. Now he's up to positive 50. Negative 36 to positive 50 in the blink of an eye. Just saying, that's probably not how it's supposed to work. Leadership might be a little bugged. Now, our Warlock Engineer is getting chased off. He is still draining down the Depth Guard as he goes, but he is probably giga-fucked. Nothing you can do about it. Noctilus is free and clear, so I send more Rat Ogres at his ass to knock him closer to Shins. The Lamper's Revenge won't fucking die, and get out of my way! As Shins tries to push through him, he's trying to get to Noctilus, he's trying to kill that bitch. Warpfire throwers are still firing, and they have 250 value after firing for most of this game, but that's fine. That's all right. We surrounded Noctilus and Rat Ogres. We're still trying to get Shins out of here. This fucker won't die! Get out of the way! Another zombie fades away, but the Lamp's Revenge just won't. Shins gets out. Shins gets through. He's ducking. He's weaving. He's diving through the Rat Ogres. He gets here. He hits Count Noctilus as he swipes by. Noctilus is still barely alive. 1,300 HP, but he's healing up from the hunger. He's healing up from casting spells anywhere. Shins is still after his ass. He's gonna get him. He's gonna get him. And he T-poses for a little bit, then he swings and misses, however unlikely, because he has 10 million melee attack, and Noctilus has 0 melee defense, but that's fine. That's fine. He's now stuck in zombies. He can't get to Noctilus. Is anything else going on around the map I even need to care about? A full health Depth Guard is coming back to the battle, but the Skaven have rallied a ton of slings on the side, and these dogs killed off my precious Warpfire throwers. That's not cool. Rat Ogres get in here, surrounding Noctilus. Shins is trying to wiggle his way through so he can get onto Big Man himself, and he does get in there. And he lands a big attack. Noctilus is down to negative 1 HP, negative 1 leadership, but then he gets to 70 castification on himself, so he's gonna heal up a whole fucking bunch. Rat Ogres and Slings protect themselves from the dogs. These other Slings are firing in. Noctilus is still in the thick of it, healing himself up. His heal cap is approaching this healing. Bitch, stop healing and just die! And just die! The Council Guard are in the distance fighting random deckhand mobs. There's deckhand mobs everywhere. Noctilus is still in it. Shins gets back onto him, but hasn't hit him for a little bit. He's trying. He's trying so hard to hit Noctilus, but he just can't. But he just can't. There's too much shit in the way, and Noctilus pushes his way through. He's safely into the Depth Guard. Shins can't fucking get to him. More Rat Ogres charge back in. Dogs do come over here. They deal with my Night Runners. They deal with my Skaven Slaves, but Rat Ogres get the charge on them, and other Slings are going to be firing at those dogs. Noctilus is healthier than he's ever been in his entire life, and Shins is now surrounded by a whole bunch of random bullshit. His double gold chevron Council Guard. The Storm Vermin Halberds rejoin the fight. Depth Guard are gonna mulch through them instantly, and Shins dives through. But all of a sudden, the crowd disperses. Shins gets some space, and he hits Noctilus in the back, reapplying Weeping Blade, getting him nice and low. Dogs are crumbling away as the Rat Ogres have peeled them away from the Night Runners officially. Noctilus still at 100 fucking HP, and Shins is now gonna fall back, using his shurikens to kite a little bit. Bounce powers against the Skaven. Once again, the Skaven are routing in every goddamn direction, and Shins is now throwing his little needles at Noctilus, but Noctilus throws out a pistol summon, which actually gats his ass down to minus 500, less than 500 HP, and he's crumbling now. Shins is throwing shurikens at him, sub 300 HP, down to 200, and these fucking pistols are shooting at my Slings, as my Slings desperately throw. We gotta kill Noctilus, we can do it! Back to 12 leadership as he charges into Shins. Shins is trying to kite away, he's like, oh, listen, I don't want to really fight you and your Depth Guard are shitty. Dogs in the distance fade away. Council Guard are stuck fighting all of these zombies, which are all real. And Noctilus is down to 30 HP, he's finally gonna fade away, he's gone. He's gone. And my voice is shot, and it's over. But the pistol mob's gonna fade away in its own time. The Night Runner Slingers are stuck just fighting Depth Guard. I don't want to run away with them because they'll get shot in the back, and I just need to fight because I know they're gonna shatter. And I think the the guys are faster than them anyway. No, they have 59 speed, so maybe they could have run away, but they shatter immediately. It's fine. I have Council Guard attacking, so Master Assassin Shins, he's just running away. He's buying time. He's buying time because that summon's going to fade, baby. That summon's going to fade. He has tons of ammo. He can kite out the Depth Guard. In the distance. My Storm Vermin with Halberds, -1 leadership. -1 leadership. It's fine. They'll come back. They have 741 HP. They are an elite infantry unit with 2 gold chevrons with 750 HP. They'll come back. Arkin the Black can sit at 100 HP and not crumble. They'll come back. All these other guys are probably fucked, but I'll get those Council Guard. I'll get those Storm Vermin back. The Council Guard are in here fighting. They're doing great. Rat Ogres are charging into these zombies. One, to get a nice charge attack, but also I was trying to keep their leadership up, but they get shot by those fucking pistols. Shot by those fucking pistols. Now Shins is out here. He's throwing at the Depth Guard. He's throwing his little shurikens. 30 seconds left on that pistol mob. These guys are crumbling. These guys are crumbling. That's not real. The only unit on this whole battlefield I have to deal with are the Depth Guard, and Shins is pinging them off. Council Guard are gonna die. They're my last Unbreakable. And so you know, I don't want to hear bullshit about it. His Master Assassin's range attack does not count as attacking. He has to be in melee if he needs to be attacking. Now my Council Guard were fighting. Now the Rat Ogres are coming back, so I can keep throwing. I can keep throwing. Until those Rat Ogres are dead, I can keep throwing. But as soon as it becomes just him, he has to charge into melee. Now, I don't want to hear some bullshit about like, oh, you should be able to run around and kite. The rules are stupid. Dude, imagine if like Alethanar or Marcus Wolfheart counted as attacking by just running around. End games versus those factions would suck dick. So just because it would benefit me this one time, I'm not going to pretend I want single entities slowly throwing at stuff to count as attacking. All right, just so people know. But the Rat Ogres are coming. As long as they're trying to join the fight, I'm good to keep throwing my shurikens, and we've got them down to half HP. We're cooking with gas right now. The zombies fall back. They're going to probably charge my Rat Ogres. Shins is still kiting out these Depth Guard, doing really good damage. Rat Ogres are going to charge in onto those zombies, probably crush them. And Shins is still trying to get what poke damage he can out. Now, Rat Ogres are going to rout. As soon as that happens, thankfully for me, and what takes me to the easiest win of my entire life is those double gold chevron storm vermin that have been -1 leadership are going to come back and allow me to keep... Wait, they're still fucking routing? All right, I'm going to keep their unit card up here. -1. So until those fuckers get 1 leadership, Shins has to dive in. And dive in he does, cleaving through the Depth Guard. He's all alone. If those storm vermin come back for even a second, I can kite out of here like a motherfucker. I can throw all these shuriken at them all day. They need to come back. -1 leadership. Please come back. Shins is kicking so much ass right now. He's killing them. He's doing his best. -1 leadership. Come back, you fucks. Get over here. Help me. Help me! Shins is doing everything to put this game on his back. He had to kill Noctilus by himself. He had to kite by himself. He's doing everything by himself. He's fighting the Depth Guard. He's getting him low. -1 leadership! Get back here, you fucks! I'm seriously gonna lose by 1 fucking leadership? Just come back for a second! Arkin can get sub 100 HP and that bitch doesn't crumble. Nothing's wrong with him. No leadership. Marauders without any chevrons, basic marauders will always come back and fight to the goddamn end. But storm vermin with 2 gold chevrons? Nah, fuck it. 700 HP, we're out. Our base leadership is lower than that amount of damage to us. Fuck it. Doesn't matter. Nothing matters, Hazel. Stupid fucking storm vermin abandoned me in my time of need. Warp fire throwers cheated. Hi, puppy. Hi, puppy. It was a good game. Warpfire throwers suck ass. It was a great game. Jokes and performance aside, it was a great game. Seos played it wonderfully. He was a great sport about it. And it was a solid loss. It was a very fun game. Master Assassin did super nicely. Storm Vermin both did well. Now, the shit talking at the end about -1 leadership, they didn't come back. I think they should have come back. I thought it was dumb, sure. But they actually did do work while they were here. An impressive 1900 value, and then for the Council Guard, 1600 is actually pretty great. Rat Ogres all did well. The Warlock Engineer did well. I fucked up. I let him get caught by Depth Guard. That was on me. And Night Runner Slings and Skaven Slave Slings did pretty darn well. So the serious analysis, all bits aside, this build worked way better than I thought it would. The Warp Fire Throwers really let me down, and everything else was honestly pretty good. Even the Master Assassin really did his part. For Seos, he played well with Count Noctilus, just keeping him barely alive for so long, and then those pistol summons really fucked me over. Depth Guard did great without Poison Gloves to kill them off. Animated Hulks got mostly chunked out by all my slingers, but his crabs got to do well. His dogs did very well. Bats did okay, and then his legions of undead did fine. Very GG. Enjoyed it greatly. So Shins is out. Human Boy's out. I'm going to need my teammates to carry it home. We have Rless and Cyrus left versus Salinator, Seos, and the Longshanks. All right. So the Longshanks apparently took on Rless. Does your dog have abilities or spells? She has abilities, not spells. Oh, she has a spell. She has a spell. She has a vortex. Hold on. Let's load into this, and then I'll pause it, and I'll show you her vortex spell. Okay, pause. Hazel! Come here, back up a little bit. There you go, center camera. All right, sit. Now Hazel, cast Kraken's Pull. That was a good Kraken's Pull! That's a good Kraken's Pull! Who's so good? Sit. Kraken's Pull! Oh, it's a vortex spell! You're so good! You're so good! Sit. Sit. Oh, what are you getting all excited about? Sit. Shake. Hazel, spin. Yeah. You're more used to that one. You knew the hand motions. You did it anyway, but you're used to me saying spin, not Kraken's Pull. You're like, what are you talking about? And now we're gonna eat you! Oh. Alright, what do you want? Do you want to go outside? Is that what you need? Let's see what you need. Alright, I'm gonna check if the dog needs to go outside. I'll be right back. Come on, bud. Go on. She didn't need to go outside, she just wanted a treat. So we gave her a little dental treat to help her teeth. Aeon's End on the table, Giga Chad? Yeah, it's good. It's good stuff. Alright, I'm back. The delay is over. With these replay streams, I don't get a lot of time to let the dog out or anything because we just keep rolling. So thank you for that brief pause. We're back. What are we doing? Rless versus Longshanks. So it's Biscuit versus Morgar the Shadowgave. Gotcha. For the Beastmen, we have a bunch of Ungor herds. Some are spearmen, some are their axe variant. We have 2 Minotaurs with great weapons, a Jabber Scythe, a Gorgon, a Death Shaman with just Spirit Leech, Morgar with his Chaos Spawn summons, and we have some Razor Gore herds on the flanks. Cool. For Biscuit and Longshanks, 2 Vargeists, Looks like 4 Crypt Horrors, a Necromancer, a Mortis Engine, the Blood Dragon Vampire Lord, and then a front line of Skeleton Spearmen and Zombies. Pretty straightforward Vampire Counts build. Okay. What are we doing? What are we doing? Sorry, I had some messages and I got mildly distracted. Skeleton Spearmen and Crypt Horrors grinding amongst the Gorgon and Jabberscythe. But the front lines have collided and Vargeist getting a rear charge. The Counts will generally beat the Beastmen in the frontline fight, especially with the nice breath attacks of the Blood Dragon Lord, which the Longshanks seems to be on top of. But the Jabberscythe and the Gorgon can do some serious damage to this front line if they are given the time. Interestingly, I'm just noticing there's no Ungor Raiders, so it's not like the Vampire Counts have much to like corrupt in the backline or anything. Mortis Engine is currently going Burr, and it looks like the Vampire Counts are completely overrunning this right flank. Oh, they're overrunning both flanks. I like that a lot. Good job, Longshanks. Good job. Well done. Center fight's going okay for the Beastmen, and the Razor Herds are now just offering some support in the backline, but they're going to have a tough time. There's not a lot of armor for them to penetrate. There's no Graveguard or anything. Jabberscythe and the Gorgon are killing off these Crypt Horrors and the Skeleton Spears, and if anything gets low enough, one of Morgur's Chaos Spawn Summons will proc. There it is. That's his voluntary one, so his involuntary Chaos Spawn Summon has yet to pop, which is just fine. So far, though, I think the Counts are actually chilling. They're loving collapsing on both flanks, and the Mortis Engine is still very healthy and very protected. Without Ungor Raiders or throwing axes to really pressure it, you know they're going to have to fight it in melee. But, oh, God! Okay, you know what else is getting fought in melee? The fucking Blood Dragon Lord. I didn't even notice he went down to half HP. As the Gorgon and these Minotaur's Great Weapons are beating his ass, he all of a sudden stops taking damage, and he is going to try and get out of here and heal up. But that was a big value trade for the Beastman right there. Gorgon's back onto him, getting another nice hit, trying to get him down into crumbling territory. His healing cap's already within sight. And the Chaos Spawn, second Spawn Summon is out, I just saw it. And the Gorgon is still hitting him. Invocation to Heck is countering Spirit Leeches, both try to heal and damage. The Gorgon and the Minotaur is still hitting him, and the Minotaur flag comes out here letting me know that they're in fact here too. And that hurt a lot. Blood Dragon Lord's trying to get back into the sky right now, but the Mortis Engine is in the thick of it going burr. And the Beastman bounce power is held up by 2 different Chaos Spawn Summons that when they fade away, we'll see how well they're actually doing. They still have some infantry on the far sides, but the Counts have way more infantry, and that is concerning. You never want the Counts to have more infantry than you in the late game blob fight, because they have healing, they have auras, they have all this stuff to help that infantry. You're really hoping that you killed them before the blob starts. Nice breath attack on the Morgur, does a little bit of damage. Though Morgur is so hard to snipe out that you're probably going to have to spend most of your time killing other stuff. Alright. Ungor Spearman in the distance can try and rejoin the fight for now, but this is a lot of Vampire Counts. A lot. Beastmen have their own Mortis Engine in the Jabberscythe. Kinda. If you're already low, it starts draining you down, but still. Another nice Spirit Leech on the Blood Dragon Lord. Oh, he sees this little guy. He's like, where did that Spirit Leech come from? Wait, the caster isn't in the blob. He sees him. He dives on him. He's trying to take him out. Big shot onto the Bray Shaman. Sword of Antiheroes and Heart Piercing are pops. He has almost 1k weapon strength right now. But man, if the Beastmen can get anybody out to hit him, if the Gorgon hits this guy like twice, he's going to die. So I'm a little concerned for the Blood Dragon Lord. But for now, he is just going to gobble up the Spirit Leech caster. I say that as he T-poses a little bit. And more undead are crumbling away. And again, when they get low, the Jabberscythe starts to Mortis Engine them down. The Vampire Count's Mortis Engine is still full HP, but it's running out of things to actually drain. This is going to very quickly become a single entity brawl, and then the Mortis Engine is next to useless. Blood Dragon Lord throws some healing on himself. He's going to be fine, but so is the Deathcaster, which is pretty huge. So if he can throw any more Spirit Leeches he has onto the Blood Dragon Lord immediately, that'd be great. I also think those Minos shouldn't rejoin the fight. They should stand outside and protect the Deathcaster from the Blood Dragon Lord, but it looks like they're just going to go straight in. Onto the Mortis Engine and probably die. Breath attack onto the Jabberscythe does good damage. Its leadership's getting pretty low, but the Blood Dragon Lord is super cautious about diving back in there. As much as he'd love to, that Gorgon is just waiting for him to do something like that. Beastmen are falling on the balance of power. The Vampire Counts are all blobbed up, getting double healing, I think, from the Mortis Engine. From Master of the Dead, the Mortis Engine's Reliquary Binding, Oh, and this guy's not on the Unholy Corpse card. Okay, he's just on a regular one. It's only 2 healing auras. Just 2. Gorgon finally targets the Mortis Engine. He starts to crush it. But the Jabber Scythe is routing. That's pretty bad for the Beastmen. Vargeists approaching their heal cap, but they are attacking the Brace Shaman of Death. Going to get countercharged here by Minos, though. They managed to mostly get off the ground before the charge comes in. Blood Dragon Lord is about heal capped, too. I don't know if the Beastmen got it in them, though. It's looking sus. It's looking sus among us. I think I just saw a Morgar vent. Haha, Among Us references 2 years after it's relevant. Your dad's a funny guy, Hazel. Blood Dragon Lord is back onto the Spirit Leech caster. Big shots onto him, takes him out immediately, and a Spirit Leech onto the Mortis Engine, really trying to kill that thing off. Overcast Invocation and a Heck from Blood Dragon Lord offers a little bit of damage back to him, but Balance Power is near Army Loss's territory, as Morgar's healing cap is also approaching, the Gorgon's healing cap is also here, and there's a lot of Crypt Horrors left. There are 3 very healthy Crypt Horrors in that pile. Beastman still trying to kill the Mortis Engine, but I put it in ×2 because that's that. Morgar did fine. Deathcaster did pretty well. Jabber Scythe and Gorgon did alright. Minos did okay. Razorgore Herd struggled a bit, and the Ungor frontline did what it could. The other side, Blood Dragon Lord didn't get as much value as you'd think, but the Mortis Engine slurped up the rest of it for him. Crypt Horrors did pretty well. Skeleton Spears did pretty well. That is a GG. Rless is out. So for the Underdwellers, our last hope is also in the Beastmen. So our Beastmen were our last 2 survivors. But now it's all on Angus, the Doom Bull. A discount Torox the Brass Bull. And we have another Vampire Counts versus Beastmen game, though it's a different Vampire Count versus a different Beastmen. It was Manfred von Karstein versus Angus. No Mortis Engine this time. Actually, there's a Mortis Engine on one side, but not on the side you expect. You get it. Was this done before the Shadows of Change was out? No, as you can see from the Incarnate Elemental Beasts. It was a for fun event overall, so you're gonna see some slight shenanigans, like fucking the Chillgeists. So it's not like Sweat City. All right, for the Beastmen, we have Centaurs, 2 of them. We have the Grogcoves of Wolf Run Centaurs with Throwing Axes Regiment of Renown. The Bloodbrute Behemoth, Gorgon Regiment of Renown. Incarnate Elemental of Beasts for a better Mortis Engine than the Jabber. Brace Shaman of Wilds with Traderkin. And then 1 Minotaur with Great Weapons, a Doom Bull, a couple Archers, and 4 Spearman Herds. On the other side, for Manfred von Karstein and Salinator, we have Direwolves, the Chillgeists, Hex Wraiths, 3 Vargeists, one of which is the Devils of Schwarzhofen. And we have some Crypt Horrors, some Zombies, a Necromancer that is currently getting his ass handed to him, and Manfred von Karstein up in the sky. The Chillgeists and Dogs got a free charge onto some Centaurs, and they are somehow losing that fight. I'll let you sit with that for a while, if you think about why you never see Hex Wraiths. Bloodbrute Behemoth still sniping out the Necromancer, which is a good choice. Necromancers are undervalued for their annoyance factor. Giving everything around them 5 melee attack and melee defense and perfect vigor is really brutal. Staking out early is great. Manfred overcasts Van Hell's Dan's Macabre, trying to give everybody around here better melee stats. 68 melee attack on these Crypt Horrors is actually kind of nasty, but the Incarnate Elemental Beast is just draining everything down. And the Chillgeists have to fall back. They did eventually rout that Centaur. It only took them 55 years. and a Vargeist is getting killed off by the Centaurs, so Beastmen holding their own in the mobile game. In the single entity fight, they are winning super hard. All three of their single entities are chilling, and the Necromancer is almost dead. Everything near them is taking a lot of damage. Now, to be fair, their Minotaurs and Grey Opens had a bad time versus Manfred, but overall, they're super happy with it. Big Traderkin hits both of the single entities of the Vampire Counts, doing really good damage to them. Say goodbye to the Necromancer. And, oof, say goodbye to the Groghost of Wolf's Run. While we weren't looking, the Chill guys caught up to him, and they fucked him up. So I was talking shit earlier, but they messed up the Groghooves. And in the snap of your fingers, the Beastmen have lost any mobility presence at all. They are now fully committed to the blob fight, where their Doom Bull is half HP. Gorgon is still healing up, but he's also half HP. The Incarnate is the big problem, though. He is healthy and Mortis Engine draining and anti-large duelist. The Counts don't want to deal with him at all. Direwolves charging back onto these Minotaurs. We're trying to catch them while they were still routing, but unfortunately those guys did come back. And now the Direwolves have a bit more of a fight on their hands than they suspected. Devils of Schwarzhofen are in here, but they take a nasty shot from the Incarnate Elemental of Beasts. Big breath attack down the line from Salinator. Almost annihilates a Centaur, and a charge follow-up by the Chillgeists. Might be able to get a terror out just, you know, from rear charging something after it took a lot of damage. The Bray Shaman of Wilds is sniped out by Manfred, though he hasn't swung in a little while. And he overcast something that hurt him. It's overcasting Invocation Heck. Now he finally gets to swing, so he is pushing that thing further away. But the Incarnate Elemental Beasts and the Gorgon both look like they might have something to say about this situation. As Manfred tries to get some damage out, it's just not working. He misses way too many attacks in a row. That is some bad RNG for you, my friend. And now Manfred is forced to run as the Gorgon gets a nice slap onto his bum. The Incarnate's right there, too. Doombull, how you doing? Fine. He's honestly fine. He's chilling. The Beastmen have more infantry nearby. And unlike last game, the Counts don't have two overlapping healing auras to keep their infantry and stuff all healthy. They don't have the +5 melee attack and melee defense aura of the Necromancer. It's really, really brutal, so they're just getting whittled down. Balance power keeps getting worse and worse for them. Manfred's been trying to cycle charge, but he's had issues landing all fucking game. And then he lands on the Doom Bull, misses his first attack. I think he hit the second one, maybe. And with the Incarnate and the Gorgon standing right there, he just backs out. What up, how the game's been? Game's been good. A lot of Beastmen this tourney, Peter Shanks. Are they Dark Counting to BC? No, this was a for fun event set up ahead of time. So there was no pick and ban. You just kind of get the matchups you get, and players were told to have some fun, put on a show. It's just an event I like. It's not really yeah, it is an event, and people are trying to win, but they aren't always taking the most serious builds. When I say people aren't trying to win, I feel like some people might misconstrue that to say in-game they're not trying to win. In-game, they're probably playing their fucking best, but they might take some fun stuff to try to entertain you. And be silly. Just a little bit. Cyrus and his Doom Bull defeat Manfred von Karstein. They now have Count Noctilus and Biscuit left. And once again, after round one, players were just told to schedule with anybody left alive at their leisure. This was not set up. We have our third Beastmen versus Vampire Counts game in a row because the Longshanks was available to fight. So Cyrus putting us on the three-peat. We'll see if he can win again. And that's actually kind of funny. I like that, actually. That is pretty funny. I think these are the exact same builds from both winning players. Cyrus, I think that's his exact build we just saw. And 2 games ago, I think that's Longshank's build we just saw. The one that beat Rless. So it's like... it's like a mini tournament of these 2 specific builds. It's like, all right, which one's actually the best? Let's go kick your ass. I love it. All right. No, there's more Centaurs here. I think... Oh, he cut his archers. He cut his archers and got extra Centaurs. All right. For the Beastmen, we have a Doom Bull, Incarnate Elemental of Beasts, Bloodbeard Behemoth, Bray Shaman of Wilds with Traderkin. Then we have 4 Centaurs, 2 of which have throwing axes, and then an Ungor Spearman front line. There's the Mino. I knew there was a Mino. I just couldn't see him for some reason. On the other side, for the Vampire Counts, we have Skeleton Spearmen, a whole bunch of zombies, 2 Vargeists, 4 Crypt Horrors, a Blood Dragon Vampire Lord, and a Necromancer on his corpse cart. Oh yeah, and a Mortis Engine. It is the same build, yay. Gotcha, gotcha. Alright, sorry, someone messaged me about a thing. Centaurs throwing axes trying to get a bit of kiting out before the frontline fight really starts. Crypt Horrors are extending well past their zombies. They will have to be a little careful about that because they don't want to just get isolated in Spearmen and Minotaurs without any zombie support. But they're going for it. They're taking some big damage. Mortis Engine falling back from all those throwing axes, trying to stay alive. And the Vargeist will countercharge. But the Counts took this a little too soon. They're taking a bunch of unneeded damage without zombies to eat some of it. But a really nice sandwich in here by the Crypt Horrors and the Vargeist on both flanks. Immediately routes off 2 Ungor herds. That was really nice. I liked that a lot. And first Traderkin of many onto the Blood Dragon Lord. It is Overcast, so it's damaging him. It also damages Vargeist a little bit till he drags it into this area. Oh yeah, it's not like Final Trans, is it? It's already cast. Oh fuck! Okay, wait, he is in there. Blood Dragon Lord lands onto these guys with Minotaurs, Incarnate Elemental Beasts, and the Doom Bull nearby. He has to go. He has to get the fuck out of here, and it looks like he sees that as he loses a third of his health in the blink of an eye. But he is going to get outside of the blob. He might be okay. Mortis Engine's draining down, and this is where I'm getting concerned for the Beastmen already a little bit. 3 out of their 4 infantry has already routed. Not that there's a terribly large amount they can do about it, but without infantry support, as you mentioned about the Vampire Counts, same works the other way. Without, like, you know, Ungors to eat your damage, now your Incarnate Elemental Beasts, now your Minotaurs are taking all the damage from these zombies and Crypt Horrors and stuff, because there's nothing that they can accidentally hit that's not your single entities, right? So that's why you always like chaff. It's why Ogres always bring Noblars, even if Noblars aren't very good units. It's just to let something get hit besides Ogres while Ogres beat the shit out of everything. The single entity Blob is still in the fight. Blood Dragon Lord did the downwards breath attack. Now he's T-posing on him. Shitted on him. And Centaurs do catch out the Necromancer, though they're having a hard time actually killing him. Looks like they're also fighting these spears. The throwing axes shouldn't be in melee for this long. They should be doing what these ones are. But they do get caught by the Vargeist, which is going to be a problem. We still get pushed off without using all that dangerous ammunition of theirs. Mortis Engine still being rather spooky. The single entities of the Beastmen are chilling. They're having a great time. Everything else for the Beastmen isn't going great, but their single entities are doing well. Losing that throwing axe cab is really tough. Groghoofs are teeing off onto the Blood Dragon Lord, who just hurt himself with an overcast somewhere. And the Mortis Engine slurps. It's also running into problems like game 1, though, where it's slurped real good, but once you get down to just single entities, there's nothing left, huh? Another Helm of Discord is out, trying to lower all those stats. Another breath attack, pokes the Doom Bowl, doesn't do a ton of damage. Zombies, are there Skeleton Spears in here? That would be clutch. No, it's just zombies. If Skeleton Spears were in here, that would be amazing. Oh, there's still 2 in the distance, good. Because if you can surround, especially the Necromancer, group up Spears and the Necromancer, they will do so much damage to the Incarnate Elemental and the Blood Brute. Over time, of course, but everything's over time with the Vampire Counts. Groghoofs get caught with the Blood Dragon Vampire Lord. He has taken a lot of damage in his time, but he should be able to beat the Groghoofs. And the Counts might be blobbing up a little bit too much, because they're not used to it, but the enemy does have a Mortis Engine. The Incarnate's hitting everything that's sitting around him right now. They need to spoon feed in zombies, not like sit on a blob like this. Mortis Engine's still getting throwing axe. Beastmen do have a couple things rallying here and there. Bounce power is going back to even. I don't know what can kill this single entity squad. Maybe just time. I think it's just a concept of time itself. Blood Dragon Lord's still getting poked by these throwing axes. He's not enjoying that whatsoever. And he probably wants to kill that Wilds caster, because Traderkins would not be good for his blob right now. So if he can get a breath attack onto that guy or something enough, just enough to spook him so he leaves the blob and then you can isolate him, that makes sense. Right now, the Blood Dragon Lord is poised like he's trying to breath attack. For now, he's just chucking out a zombie summon. Another zombie summon onto a pile of zombies feels like a waste. You'd probably want to keep the zombies for the late game when all of your other stuff already dies. There we go. Bray Shaman's already routing, which is great. It's great for the Counts. Because then that means the Blood Dragon Lord is safe from this guy. He is getting drained down right now because he's sitting directly above the Elemental of Beast, so the Flock of Doom is hurting him, so that's a bit of a whoopsie. He needs to fuck off. He's taking a bunch of free damage right now. But with that, anyway, with the Traitor Concaster off the field, then he's safe in the skies, so he can just sit and do whatever he wants. But unfortunately, he is taking that too literally, and literally sitting on top of throwing axes and a Mortis engine, so he's taking free damage for no reason. Elemental Incarnate of Beasts is getting lower. It's below half HP. The Gorgon's chilling. I don't know where his heal cap is, so I have no idea how much he's actually doing. Doombull is not getting a lot done, and he is getting whittled down slowly. Centaur's throwing axes pushed off by the Vargeists at last. And this guy is just chilling overhead, man. He doesn't care. He doesn't care. He'll take that free Mortis Engine damage for as long as he wants to. You can't stop him. How's this Mortis Engine doing? Yeah, it's only got 1,500 value. It's mostly about single entities at this point. But without any support, the Beastmen are slowly falling behind on balanced power. And I definitely agree. I bet the Spearmen are going to have crazy value. I'm just betting it right now. Oh, God, he's landing. Why is he landing? Oh, fuck. Oh, shit. Okay, he's trying to kill the Incarnate Elemental Beasts. I get that. I get that. But the game was trending in your favor. You just needed to leave it alone. What's not leaving it alone is putting your Blood Dragon Lord in front of 3 melee duelists. Ah, he took so much damage from the Gorgon. The Incarnate couldn't quite get to him. The Doombull couldn't get to him, but the Gorgon did. Gorgon fucked him up. Thankfully, he was able to just pull out, so he is chilling. He is fine. Incarnate is too low now. I think its Mortis Engine its Mortis Engine disappears after it takes too much damage. So no more draining for the Beastmen. The Doombull is gone. And the Blood Dragon Lord is just chilling. He's just vibing. I know why he's standing here. He's trying to get perfect vigor from being above the Necromancer, and he's trying to heal up from being above the Necromancer, but I don't think he knew he was also just taking free Mortis Engine damage from the Incarnate. Centaurs are back. They tear up before they even get here. They just thought about it and left. And now it's down to the Blood Brute. I don't think he could beat all of this. All these infantry are trying to heal cap from their proximity to the Necromancer. He gets dove in on. And that is GG. And that is the end of the Underway societies. The Undead still reign supreme. Count Noctilus and Seos sit atop a throne of skulls, not even being needed. I guess he was needed. He was needed in round 2 because I fought him. That was a close fucking game. That was a close game. Mine, not this one. This one sucks. Anything that doesn't involve me automatically sucks. But that Master Assassin versus Vampire Coast was really funny. Yeah, Skeleton Spearmen all paid for themselves. 2 of them like twice over. Zombies also paid for themselves with all that bumping and grinding. Hubby loves it when I needlessly dive on things. Hell yeah, brother. That is that. As you can see, there are no replays left, but just in case you need the Photoshop to keep up, Cyrus did fall, and it was a close scrap overall. My nightmare is always one team will ace the other, and it'll be lame. This did not happen, but Seos and Longshanks held it up. So what happens? Well, the Undead keep their mantle. I'm going to go on vacation, so I don't really want to be managing this on Discord while I am gone. But when I get back, I will invite 6 people to fight against them. And I usually try and do like versus like. So like, not being an asshole, just talking about it. Patrick's a veteran player. Rainy Frog's like mid-veteran, but he's been around for a while. Salinator's veteran-ish. Sego's veteran. Sabris is veteran. Longshanks is newer. He's been playing a lot recently, but I still consider him newer. So between Rainy Frog and Longshanks, 2 new players. So I'll probably hit up some of the Rat Ogres on our Discord, the newer players, and see if they want to fight in this. And then I'll get 4 more veteran players, and so then usually I'll have round 1 like newer player versus newer player versus newer player, and then veterans versus veterans. So that the round 1 you at least get some good matchups. But yeah. So if you're out there and you want to participate, I already have 1 person who wanted to play, and I told him sure. He's more of a veteran though, so we still have 2 new player slots and 3 veteran slots. You can message me on Discord. I might not be the most responsive until Monday, but yeah. Generally, I'll pick a theme when I know who wants to fight. Like if 6 people contact me and they're all elf players, I'll probably do like the elves, dark elves, wood elves, and high elves. But another one I was thinking about doing is the realms of men. It'd be Cathay, Empire, and Bretonnia. Though right now, in this current state of the meta, that feels like a bad idea because all three of those factions are really fucking strong. Empire a little less so if you play without war wagons, which in this type of event I would probably soft nudge people to play without war wagons. But still, I don't think anybody really has the appetite right now for Bretonnia and Cathay. So that might be like a next patch kind of thing. The elves could be fun. Once upon a time, we did do the Beastmen, which was Beastmen, Lizardmen, Skaven. But we just had Beastmen, so I might swap that out. And we just had Skaven too. I don't know. The Lizardmen need to get rotated back in here. I'm just trying to figure out what their theme would be. Could do the old Defenders. Lizardmen, High Elves, and Dwarves. Those were the three races that pushed back the tides of chaos before Sigmar even existed. Could do that. That could be alright. People aren't super stoked about Dwarves, but again, in a for fun event, like, Complex Slayer's build was fine. I don't think anybody complained about it. It was fun. It's not going to be like Thoric and a blob or some shit. Because then I'll get mad. Anyway, enough babbling. I suppose I should end it, huh? I'll check in on chat one more time and then get going. Am new player, Patrick? I don't think that's true. Orcs, lizards, and trees. Longshanks, that's actually pretty good. Pretty good, I like that. Because you also have to remember who you're fighting, right? When you're going against the undead, I tried to avoid some stuff that would be terribad. Now, we ended up with 3 Beastmen versus Counts games. That was interesting, but I didn't plan for that. But, you know, you never want to have, like, Dwarves versus Skaven, because then Dwarves just have a bad time. All right. GG's, everybody. Thanks to those 12 players that played. They were all very good sports about it. We had no rules issues, no one complaining, no one bitching, no one whining, so that was excellent. This is one of my favorite events. And I think I mentioned it, but these games were played over the course of 2 weeks, so the scheduling is usually pretty chill. Where it's not like get together on one day and play it. It's play as you can. So, all right, later.